Welcome to our channel, where we turn the spotlight on the most unexpected barriers to your success, the habits that are secretly chipping away at your confidence. Did you know that 85% of people suffer from low self-esteem? That's right, the majority of us are in this battle together, fighting unseen enemies that live in our daily routines. But here's the twist: many of these confidence killers are habits we don't even recognize as harmful. From the silent whispers of self-doubt to the endless loop of comparison that social media thrusts upon us, we're about to dive deep into the 9 notorious habits that could be holding you back from reaching your full potential. And guess what? It's not all doom and gloom. With each habit we uncover, we'll also reveal the secrets to breaking free, building unshakable confidence, and transforming your life. Ready to challenge the norms and empower yourself? Stay tuned, because this journey is all about flipping the script on self-doubt and crafting the confident, unstoppable version of you. Chapter 1: Negative Self-Talk. Hey everyone! Welcome back to our channel, where we journey together through the world of self-development. Today, we're tackling a biggie: the habits that sneakily eat away at our confidence. And at the top of our list is negative self-talk. Ever caught yourself being your own worst critic? Yeah, me too. You see, our brain is like a sponge. It absorbs everything we tell it, good or bad. Studies have shown that those little negative whispers can seriously dampen our self-esteem. It's like if you keep telling a flower it won't grow, eventually, it might just believe you. The same goes for us. Whether you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right, Henry Ford famously said. And boy, was he onto something. When we feed our minds with doubt and criticism, we set ourselves up for failure. But here's a kicker: research by the National Science Foundation revealed that about 80% of our thoughts are negative. Now, that's a lot of gloom we're dealing with. The trick is to catch yourself in the act. Heard yourself saying, "I can't do this." Flip it on its head. I can do this, I just need a different strategy. It's all about transforming those thoughts into something constructive. Chapter 2: Comparing yourself to others. Moving on to our next confidence crusher: comparing yourself to others. Oh, the joys of scrolling through social media, where everyone's life looks perfect, right? But here's the thing: it's all a highlight reel. Behind those perfect snaps are struggles we know nothing about. It's natural to compare. It's how we evaluate our progress. But when it becomes a habit, it's like running a race where the finish line keeps moving. You'll never feel good enough. Did you know that according to a study, people who frequently compare themselves to others on social media are more likely to have lower self-esteem? That's a confidence killer right there. Theodore Roosevelt said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." And he couldn't be more right. Instead of looking over your shoulder, focus on your path. Your journey is unique. Celebrate your milestones, no matter how small. Remember, the only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Chapter 3: Perfectionism. Now, let's chat about a tricky habit: perfectionism. Ever heard of the saying, "Perfect is the enemy of good"? There's a lot of truth in that. Aiming for perfection sounds noble, but it's a slippery slope. Here's a fact to ponder. Psychologists found that perfectionism increases the risk of anxiety, depression, and even lowers self-confidence. Why? Because constantly chasing the impossible leaves us feeling inadequate. Perfection isn't realistic, friends. It's about effort, progress, and learning from mistakes. Embrace the messiness of the journey. Each stumble teaches us something new. Remember, J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter was accepted. Imagine if she had given up after the first no, citing it wasn't perfect. Chapter 4: Procrastination. Next up, let's talk about procrastination, the art of putting off until tomorrow what you can and should do today. It's a confidence destroyer in disguise. When we procrastinate, we're not just delaying tasks. We're putting off our success, our growth. According to a study at the University of Sheffield, procrastination lowers our self-esteem and increases stress. Not exactly the formula for confidence, right? Procrastination often comes from fear of failure, fear of not being perfect. There's that word again. But here's a fun twist: action cures fear. The more you do, the less you fear. Start small. Break tasks into manageable chunks. Celebrate the little wins. Before you know it, you've built a momentum that powers through the fear. Chapter 5: Not setting boundaries. Let's move to something we often overlook: not setting boundaries. This is a biggie. Without boundaries, we're like a city without walls, open to every invader. In modern terms, it means saying yes when we really want to say no. It's draining. Not setting boundaries tells us our needs aren't important, which, you guessed it, knocks our confidence. It's okay to prioritize yourself. Really, it is. Setting boundaries is about respect for yourself and others. Studies show that people with clear personal boundaries are happier and more fulfilled. It's not selfish, it's healthy. Start small. Practice saying no without explaining yourself. Your time, your energy, they're precious. Guard them. Chapter 6. Fear of failure. On to a big roadblock in our confidence journey, the fear of failure. It's like a shadow, always lurking behind our big dreams and decisions. But here's something to consider. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. Did you know that Thomas Edison made 1,000 unsuccessful attempts at inventing the light bulb? When asked about it, he said, "I didn't fail 1,000 times." The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps. Fear of failure paralyzes us, keeping us in our comfort zones. But growth? It happens outside those zones. Embrace failure as a teacher. Each mistake, each setback is a lesson in disguise, guiding us to be better, stronger. Chapter 7. Overthinking. Let's talk about overthinking, our mind's tendency to dwell more on problems than solutions. Overthinking is like a hamster wheel. It feels like we're doing something, but we're actually stuck in one place. Studies suggest that overthinking increases our risk of mental health problems and undermines our ability to make decisions, zapping our confidence. The solution? Action. Break the cycle with physical activity, creative hobbies, or simply changing your environment. Action shifts our focus from problems to solutions, boosting our confidence with each step forward. Chapter 8. Neglecting self-care. Neglecting self-care is another habit that quietly eats away at our confidence. Think about it when you're tired, stressed, or unhealthy. How confident do you feel? Not much, right? Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. A study published in the Journal of Health Psychology found that people who practice self-care report higher self-esteem and a more positive outlook on life. Self-care looks different for everyone. It could be a walk in the park, a healthy meal, or simply getting enough sleep. Listen to your body, give it what it needs, and watch your confidence soar. Chapter 9. Seeking external validation. Lastly, seeking external validation can greatly undermine our confidence. It's human nature to want approval, but when we rely on others to validate our worth, our confidence becomes dependent on external factors. The key is to find validation from within. According to research, intrinsic motivation, doing things because they bring us joy or fulfillment, not for external rewards, is linked to higher self-esteem and well-being. Start by acknowledging your achievements, no matter how small. Celebrate your progress and learn to be your own cheerleader. Confidence built on internal validation is solid, unwavering, and truly empowering. Chapter 10. Avoiding new challenges. Diving into our next chapter, we talk about avoiding new challenges. Did you know that stepping out of your comfort zone is where the magic happens? Yet, so many of us shy away from new challenges, fearing we're not ready or good enough. This avoidance becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, where we don't grow because we don't try. But here's a fun fact. A study showed that people who embrace new challenges are more likely to feel a sense of accomplishment and boost their self-confidence. So, what's the game plan? Start small. Choose one new thing you've been avoiding. It could be as simple as trying a new recipe or as big as starting a project you've dreamed about. The goal? To prove to yourself that you can do hard things. Every challenge conquered is a brick added to the foundation of your confidence. Chapter 11. Ignoring positive feedback. Next up, ignoring positive feedback. It's strange, isn't it? We can recall criticism in vivid detail but struggle to remember the compliments. This habit of brushing off positive feedback undermines our self-worth and confidence. Consider this. Research suggests that focusing on positive feedback can significantly enhance our learning and performance, not to mention our self-esteem. The solution is to start accepting compliments graciously. Say, "Thank you," instead of deflecting. Write down the positive feedback you receive and revisit it when doubts creep in. It's not just about feeling good. It's about recognizing and embracing your value. Chapter 12. Not celebrating your successes. Our final chapter focuses on not celebrating your successes. Many of us rush from one goal to the next without taking a moment to appreciate our victories. This relentless pursuit can lead to burnout and a sense that our achievements are never enough. But here's a compelling thought. Celebrating your successes, big or small, can reinforce your sense of competence and significantly boost your confidence. Make it a habit to celebrate your wins. Finished a project? Treat yourself to something you enjoy. Reached a small goal? Share the news with a friend or family member. Celebrating your successes reinforces the positive behavior that led you there and builds a strong foundation of confidence for future challenges. Chapter 13. Fearing Change. In Chapter 13, we tackle the fearing change. Change is inevitable, yet many of us dread it, fearing the unknown and what lies ahead. This fear can be paralyzing, preventing us from moving forward and embracing new opportunities that could lead to growth and improvement. But did you know that embracing change can actually increase your resilience and confidence? Research shows that those who adapt to change tend to have better mental health and are more successful in life. Embrace change by starting with a positive mindset. View change not as a threat, but as an opportunity for growth. Small steps can lead to big shifts in how you view the world around you, turning fear into excitement for what the future holds. Chapter 14. Lack of self-reflection. Chapter 14 dives into the lack of self-reflection. In a world that's always on, finding time to pause and reflect on our thoughts, actions, and behaviors can be challenging. However, self-reflection is key to understanding ourselves better and improving our confidence. Without it, we miss out on learning from our experiences. Surprisingly, studies suggest that regular self-reflection enhances emotional intelligence and self-awareness, which are critical components of confidence. Set aside time each day or week for self-reflection. Use this time to consider what you've learned, how you've grown, and areas where you'd like to improve. This practice can help you make more informed decisions and appreciate your journey, boosting your confidence along the way. Chapter 15. Neglecting your passions. Our final chapter focuses on neglecting your passions. It's easy to get caught up in the daily grind and forget about the things that light us up inside. Yet, indulging in our passions and hobbies is not just a form of leisure. It's a vital component of our well-being and self-esteem. Engaging in activities we love can significantly boost our happiness and confidence, providing a sense of accomplishment and purpose. A fascinating study found that people who engage in hobbies regularly are less likely to suffer from stress, low mood, and depression. Rediscover what you love doing and make time for it in your schedule. Whether it's art, music, sports, or anything in between, allowing yourself to enjoy these activities can rejuvenate your spirit, enhance your creativity, and bolster your confidence.